Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm really glad to have you guys here. Now, the first thing I want to get to is the date. Today is Thursday, April 4th, 2019. We got the Brexit coming up in just a few more days. Will Great Britain, the United Kingdom, follow the European Union? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But that could have a profound effect upon the markets and could have a profound effect upon Bitcoin and everything. But here's the point I want to get at, and I want to open up the charts, and I want to show you guys something important. Let's start the charts right here, and the first thing I want to show you is this chart right here. This is the big one, and a lot of people got into Bitcoin on this rise up to $20,000 right here. Now, if you're wondering why my charts are in white today, is I think the complexion of this market has changed now from black to white. I think that we're coming toward the end of the bear market, but I want to point something out. I want to point out this article right here. Strong evidence Bitcoin may not have bottomed yet. Now, this guy that wrote this article says, Bitcoin has been following the 2000 through 2015 cycle. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Ever since Bitcoin began, back in 2009, it's been following a cycle. It's done it over and over and over again. Like maybe 9 times it's done it. Over and over and over again. I mean, it started out as like, it was just a few pennies a piece they were worth. And then it went up the first mountain. And the price went up exorbitantly high, and then it fell off, and then it went up another one, fell off. And every time it does these, it follows the same pattern. It's done it like 9 times. Why would we think it's not going to do it a 10th time, especially when we see Bitcoin expanding in the world? It's growing. Right now it's growing. The network is growing. Everything's becoming more and more established. So now, yes, of course we should think it should grow further. It's not going to go down in price. It's going to eventually go extremely high in price. So with that in mind, you have to understand something. It is following these cycles. So what does that tell us? Let's take a look at this chart again, right now. Let's go back in time, okay? So analyze this chart a little bit. Went up to $19,666, and it's fell down and it's made a bottom here, and then all of a sudden it's went up. We've just recently, it's went up. Let's go back and take a look at the last time it did this. Here we go. This is the last time. Doesn't it look like this time? But this one follows through. I'll show you where we are on this chart right now. We're either here on the top of this hill right here, or more likely, we're on the top of this little hill right here, this second one. That's more likely where we're at. We're at the top of this little second hill. And if you want to take a real close look here at this second little hill, where we're at is this one right here. I don't know if you can see my little marker thing. It's a little tiny dot thing. I think we're right at the top of this one. We're right at the bottom of this fall right here, where it fell back down, and then it levels out for a little while, and then what do you see it does? Right here. Now, here's where I'm going to get to you guys. I'm going to tell you, this is not financial advice. It's not intended to be financial advice. Okay? But if the market follows the same pattern that it's followed last time, what we're coming up to right here, the price was, it went all the way up to $309. Okay? And then it went along, and it stayed in around $292. And then all of a sudden it fell down. It fell all the way down to $191, $191.40. It fell down to, or $192.47. Fell down to $192.47. But you see what happened directly after that? After that last capitulation? The final capitulation? Look. It climbed all the way up to $20,000. I think that's right where we're at right now. I think we're right at this, we're coming into this final capitulation. I think, and now I'm not absolutely certain about this. We might just go right into the bull market, I should say. We might not get the final capitulation, but if it follows the same pattern that followed last time, then we'll probably get this final capitulation, this final bottom. You know, the final capitulation. It's giving all you guys your last chance. If this happens, it's giving you your last chance to get in before the train leaves the station. Basically, that's what's going on. And so, I kind of anticipate this final capitulation right here. Right here. Let me try to hone in on it. Get right close so you guys can see it. This was the final capitulation right here. $317 it went up to, and I think that's where we're at right now. We're in this up, where it went up to 317, except right now it went up to what, 52 or 5,300, right? And then it fell down to 198, which is a large fall in price, which probably right now would be equivalent of it falling down to probably around $3,000. It's the last capitulation, so it probably go down to about $3,000. And then after that final capitulation of $198.12, look at what it did. Just look at what it did. Just follow it up. Look at what it did after that. After that final capitulation. Boys. Just nothing but bull market. 1,100. 1,300, 1,800, 2,900, 4,900, 5,900, 7,800, all the way up to $19,666. From down here in this bottom down here, well, let's put it in perspective. Let's run it this way. Put it into perspective a little bit. From this bottom down here, all the way up to $19,666. And that's history now. But now what's happening is, if we take a closer look at what's happening right now, we're making history again. Bitcoin is making history again. And this green candle, straight upwards, heavenwards, that we're at right now, very well could capitulate down to around $3,000. They give you your last buying opportunity. But what comes after that? What comes after that is a mountain that I can't tell you how high right now it'll probably be. I'm thinking to myself, probably $50,000 or something like that. Some astronomical big number. But it's not going to go up that mountain immediately. It's probably going to wither through. It's probably going to take 6 months to a year to climb up to that peak. And then it's going to do the same thing all over again. It's going to fall. After it peaks, it's going to fall. But by that time, everybody's going to start to know about Bitcoin in the whole world. And by that time, the networks are going to be much more established than they are now. But it's never going to fall back down to where it is now. When it falls back down the next time, after it climbs up to 50,000 or whatever. Who knows, maybe 100,000. It'll fall back. Yeah. But it's not going to fall back to $3,000 again. You'll never see it at those prices again. It might fall back down to 15,000 or 20,000. But you're never going to see 3,000 again. You know, when it falls back. And it just keeps following this same stupid pattern over and over again. So if you guys know the pattern, you know what it's going to do. Eventually, the final rise, when it finally goes up in price and it destroys all the fiat currencies, then it's going to stay up. It won't come back down. When it completes its final pattern. This next raise up in price is probably not the final one. The final one is probably you get one more raise up in price and it drops off, and then one more raise up in price probably again and it drops off, and then the final one. So it's a ways out yet, you know. But it's just following the same pattern over and over again. If you know the pattern, you guys can get rich. This guy's smart enough to have spotted the pattern. Let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations $170 billion. Bitcoin dominance 51.3%. And all of our favorite coins went down a little bit. Litecoin is at $84.39. Bitcoin Cash is at 280 bucks. And we're looking at XRP at 33.2 cents and Ethereum at $157.91. I really do not think that this market right now is. Let me take a look at the 15-minute chart here. I really do not think that this is going to hold up at these prices. I tend to think that she's going to drop back down and capitulate one more time, but I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. But time will tell. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next show. Bye-bye, guys.